Hello, mamas, and welcome to Mahogany Mamas. Thank you for joining in today. For today's episode, we'll be discussing being a boy and a girl mom, as well as sports mom. Today's episode is the season one finale, and Mahogany Mamas will be back for a fresh start in late August or early September. My guest for today is Dr. Sharnice Starks Ray. Let me tell you all about my guest. Dr. Sharnice Starks Ray is a native of Columbia, South Carolina, and the daughter of Verna C. Starks and the late William E. Starks, Sr. She graduated from Lander University with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration and concentration in Economics and Finance. She completed her Master's in Business Administration from Webster University. In 2015, Dr. Starks Ray completed her doctorate degree from Walden University in the area of teacher leadership. She is a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Dr. Sharnice Starks Ray works in Richland County School District 1 as an education consultant for the Career and Technical Education Department. Her educational career includes 22 wonderful years, with 11 of them being a classroom teacher in the middle and high school setting. She taught on the collegiate level as an adjunct faculty member at Webster University. Sharnice's greatest joy in teaching is being able to shape and mold the lives of young people to become lifelong learning and productive citizens of society. Recently, Dr. Starks Ray completed an education program, earning the title of a South Carolina Financial Literacy Master Teacher. In her spare time, she does career coaching consulting work for school districts and business industry. She believes in the concept of being a servant leader in the community and church. Sharnice is an active member of St. Paul AME Church, Irmo, South Carolina. Her church involvement includes being the Young People's Division or YPD director, immediate past, volunteer children's church teacher, Christian education member, and church school teacher. Sharnice is the proud mother of two beautiful children, Tyson Jr. and Parker. She, along with her husband, Tyson Sr., enjoy cheering the kids in extracurricular academic and church activities. Proverbs 3:5-6 states, Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy way, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. She continues to live by this scripture and let God be the guiding light in her life. Welcome, Dr. Ray.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for saying yes, and thank you for being on today.
Yes, I'm excited.
To start, tell us about your children, their ages, and what they like to do.
So, I am the proud mother of two amazing children. Tyson Jr. is 19. He's a freshman or just completed his freshman year at Columbia International University, where he's there on an academic athletic scholarship in the sport of basketball. He is definitely my chilled child. He's laid back. He's going to go with the flow child. And then I have my just wonderful 13-year-old daughter, Parker Lauren, who is preparing for high school next year. She's completing the eighth grade in a few weeks. She is my honor student, straight A's. I don't know when she studies, but she makes straight A's on the test, the homework assignment, and I'm just proud of her. She's an athlete as well in the sport of volleyball, but Parker also is my child that tries everything. She loves a role in leadership. She is in drama club. She wants to do acting. Her list of activities go on and on that we have to put everything on the calendar for Parker just to make sure we are included in what's going on in her life. So both are amazing in their own right and just great kids. I'm really blessed, very blessed.
Oh, yes. And it sounds like she keep you very busy.
She does. I've learned to take naps in the car in between taking her to A and B, place A, place B. I've just learned, get your 10-minute nap in, let's go again.
Oh, a power nap. But I can't believe she's getting ready to go to high school. Oh my goodness.
That time, when people say time flies, that's a true statement.
Wow, I can't believe that. Seemed like she was just a little girl and sitting in your lap the other day. So
yeah, yes. Yes.
You have a little of both worlds, being a boy mom and a girl mom. Name one thing you love about being a boy mom, and then one thing you love about being a girl mom.
So, like I said earlier, Tyson is definitely my laid back, chill kid.
Hmm.
I am loving this time in his life where I get to see him grow and become more independent. Having that first year away from home, I missed him being here,
Oh.
but I was so thankful and grateful. He knew how to handle himself. I don't know everything that happened in college because he's not going to tell me that. But even times when I would just pray for him, like God, just continue to give him guidance and wisdom when he's not sure of things. So seeing him grow into a man, into true manhood,
Hmm.
has been one of my greatest joys. He's my child. I feel that has a caring heart for his family and friends, and he really cares for his grandparents, and I love that.
Oh,
I lost my grandparents at the age of 6. All my grandparents were deceased by that time.
oh
So to see
no.
that
Sorry
relationship
to
that
hear
he
that.
has with his grandparents
Yes.
just does my heart all the good.
Oh.
Now Parker, she's my creative child. She's my child that's determined. If she sets her mind to it, she's gonna do it.
Hmm.
And prime example when we're talking about sports,
Uh-huh.
she's my child. She started playing volleyball, and the second year she played, she said, "I'm going to be a setter." I said, "Okay, that's fine, no problem." She
Hmm.
studied the position. She would practice, and the first time, when she went out for tryouts, she was telling the coach, "I would love to be the setter." The coach said, "Oh, okay, no problem." So when she came back to practice the next time, she told the coach, "Oh, I know how to back set." And the coach said, "Well, let me see." Sure enough, she became the setter.
Wow.
And she did that for 2 years. And now this year, she was telling us before trial, she said, "I'm going to be the libero." And the libero plays the back row, whereas the setter was the front row. So she's going from two different positions. Sure enough, she was focused and determined. And the coach was like, "Okay, she's one of my liberos this season." So she's
Oh.
my child. That's both of them are determined, but her drive is a little different.
Hmm.
And I don't know if it's because she's a girl versus
Oh.
a boy, but she's also that one that's creative. Like, she is not going to let you help with her work projects and school assignments. I got it. Whereas my son, he like, "Okay, now what you say you want me to do again?" "Okay, cool, cool, cool. That's what we'll do."
Oh, you can see that difference in them too. Um,
Yeah.
and your son, he definitely loves his mama now.
You think so? I
Yes.
hope so. I hope and pray.
I love that he still, even though he's 19, an adult, a young adult, he still
Yeah.
loves doing stuff with you. Because I saw where
Yeah.
y'all went to a concert together, and I love that. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, his mama
Yeah. Yeah.
he's still
And
spending time with his mama.
that's not the music he grew up off of. That's the music
Right,
I grew up on. And I was like,
right.
"You want to go see him?"
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Let's
yeah. That's what I was saying. I was
go.
impressed that he knew the words.
Right? That mean I raised them well.
Yeah.
So make a note of that, Jamaica. Make a note of that for TJ.
Will
Yeah.
do. Um, After I had my son, I was once told that raising girls is no different than raising boys. Is there a difference in your opinion and from your experience?
A huge difference. And I can honestly say boys are a little easier in my opinion, but girls are definitely going to be very expressive.
Mhm.
They are more emotional.
Definitely.
Sometimes we say dramatic,
Uh-huh.
but I love it. I love it. I mean, I get the best of both worlds
Yeah.
because when Parker's in her mood and having her moment, I just look over at her brother and he just shake his head like, "Yeah, whatever." So I
Oh,
love it. I get the best of both worlds. Like, again, like I say, he's definitely the one that's real chill. He just gonna go with the flow. Whatever the vibe is, he
yeah.
gonna go with it. Why his sister's like, let me tell you, we're not doing it that way. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm in the middle, just kind of looking, okay, what mood, which one I'm gonna choose right now. So it's the best of both. It really is the best of both worlds.
Oh. Because I see a difference too, like you said, because with my nieces, and from them coming to the church and stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, yes, I saw the emotions and stuff like that, but having
Mhm.
my son, I mean, it's definitely different. I'm like, wait a minute now, this is way different
Yeah,
than the girls.
yeah. And boys are rambunctious. They play
Mhm.
hard.
Yes.
But for the most part, when they settle down, they're pretty good. And you see that even with sports.
Hmm.
You know, the boys, they lost the game. They feel bad about it, but they kind of shake it off. The girls, they're crying.
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, all right. Y'all know we got a game. Y'all know we got a game in 2 days, right? Okay, let's bounce back." Okay.
My next question. Name something that you try to instill in your children.
Okay. So I think that's easy. When I was thinking about this question, I was like, really their faith in God.
Hmm.
That's the first thing. We're a family that live by faith in God, love our family and friends most, love our family. And then number three, everything else will fall in line. Follow your dreams. So I would say faith, family, dream. So for us, knowing that God is the center of everything for us,
Hmm.
especially when it's good, but really when it's bad, you
Yes,
have something to hold on to. And then number two, your family is always here for you. We're always
exactly.
supporting and rooting for you. We're going to tell you when you didn't do so well. We're going to be honest with you. But just remember, we still love you. We're going to hold you accountable when it's not so good. But remember, we're here to celebrate with you well. And then the last one is to follow your dreams. Parker's my child. She has lofty dreams, big dreams. Tyson has dreams too. But Parker wants to be an actress, a surgeon, and an athlete all in one. Tyson, he gonna do something in sports management. He like maybe this, maybe that. But Parker, like I said, that's three different career paths. So
Exactly.
we're willing to support
Yeah.
them in that. But yeah,
Yeah.
faith in God, loving your family, and follow your dreams.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Um,
Thank you.
you're welcome. What do you love about being a black mom?
So I think as my kids are getting older, I love that they're able to learn and understand more about their culture. One thing we do when we go on family vacations, I started this a few years ago. I make it intentional to make sure we find some of our history wherever we are.
Good.
And so last summer we went to Louisiana and I found a Black History Museum. And it wasn't huge or anything, but it was enough for us just to find out what the culture was like many, many years before us. And then we can talk about it and connect that to our family vacation. I love reassuring them, reminding them their worth, especially in a country that's divided at times.
Yes.
Our kids may not always see themselves being as good or second best. So I love reminding and instilling in my kids, you are just as good, if not better, and most of the time better. But I just love pouring into them, reminding them of who they are
Yes.
and what you stand for. So I love because I think we are so blessed as African Americans to have a culture that has overcome so many
Oh, yes.
trials
Yes.
and we're still overcoming things, but we have triumphed so many times and we continue to do so.
Yes. Exactly. I love that. That
Yeah.
is beautiful. Dr. Ray, my next question. I
Okay.
know that you have a praying mom.
Yeah.
What is one thing that you pray about for your kids?
First of all, safety. And
Hmm.
when I include my kids, well, I pray for my kids, but I include their friends and those who are around them. One thing I tell my kids, and I said, you're young now, you don't understand. I said, but everybody's not your friend, but you still show kindness to everyone. And then you be mindful of the company you keep. So the first
Yes.
thing I pray for is safety. And I don't
Yes.
just extend it to my two, I
Hmm.
expand it.
Hmm.
And then for guidance, although they're young, I tell them, ask God to speak to you. What
Hmm.
is it that God wants you to see when you go into school today? How can you help someone else? How can you show people you are a child of the Most High? Have to have that confidence I talked about, to know that you are good enough, you are worthy, and you deserve to get the best. So definitely safety, guidance, and confidence along the way, and knowing who you are. I never want them to have to second guess
Yeah.
themselves,
Yeah. I
so
love that.
those things.
Hmm. And I love that you don't just pray for your kids, you pray for their friends and the other
Hmm.
kids. That is
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah. Look,
I feel like we
protect
have to
them
do that.
all.
Yes. Yes. um, you grew up in the church and your children have been involved in the church also. How do you
Yeah.
think this will impact their lives even into adulthood?
Well, I will tell you this now, and you probably see it with your baby too. But I think being in the church gave me some of my greatest tools in workforce, in life, public speaking. I
Yes.
had to do public speaking in church. Did I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
do it? No, but I
Hmm.
had to do it because my mama didn't give me any other choice. And
Yes.
that's how Tyson and Parker are. They're like, Mama, you signed us up again. Why we got to read the scripture? Why we got
Oh.
to say the prayer?
Uh-huh.
So now it's funny because when they have to do things for school or even for athletics, if they have like a sporting event,
Hmm.
Parker and Tyson, they don't mind you putting them on program. They're like, okay, all right.
Hmm.
So I think the church is a great foundation for their
Yes.
faith, but also a training ground.
Yes.
It gives them that confidence, that public speaking. I go back to that all the time. And I saw Tyson flourish his junior and senior year. He would have to do interviews.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, okay, all right, my baby gonna be okay. And he sit there and talk with no problem, have good eye contact, good composure. I'm like, thank you, St. Paul AME Church. Thank you, St. Paul AME Church.
Yeah.
Parker likes acting. I'm like,
Hmm.
are you nervous? She's like, no, she don't get stage fright. I'm like, girl, you better than me because my stomach twisting and turning. She gets right up there and do it. So
It's
I think
good.
the church has been a great training ground for them. And, you know, I'm grateful for what it's done for me and what I see it doing for my
Hmm.
kids.
Hmm. I agree with everything you said. Yeah, definitely the public speaking, because I can remember my grandma had all of us in church, me, my
Okay.
sister, and my cousins. They would try to make sure that they would tell their mama they was sick or something. So my cousins mainly wouldn't come when there was like
Hmm.
something where you had to speak or something, stand in front of the church.
Hmm.
But grandma had us doing it, me and my sister. And my
That's
sister,
right.
I don't like
That's
it,
right.
but I
That's
did
right.
it. I was like, it's not me. I'm an introvert, but I still did it.
You still did. You said, and then too, I told my kids, I said, sometimes you don't know where the blessing is.
Yes.
And I can say this, I won't reveal the person, but someone was so impressed with Tyson from our congregation that they poured a seed into him when he graduated of $1,000. They was like,
Uh-huh.
we are so proud of him. We just know God is covering him and he's gonna do great things. And I'm just like, wait a minute, what? I
Yes.
said, I
That's
don't think
amazing.
this is right. And they're like, no, this is what we wanted to get. I said, so
Oh.
they said he's inspiring our kids. I was like, really?
Oh.
Because I'm like, he's just a high school kid. They're like,
Yes.
no. So so again, I go back to your foundation, your church. That's where I found babysitters for my kids, the church.
Exactly.
So
Me too.
it's been
You remember I reached out to you and you was like, "Oh, try her."
yeah, yeah. So it's people say you go to work and you meet people, you go to church and you meet people. It's a networking opportunity.
Exactly. But I do
Hmm.
see that with your son and your daughter because I can remember it was a couple of years ago where they did something. It was almost like they were pouring into the younger kids. I think it might have been Christmas time or something. They were telling this and then they were like, okay, everybody get a piece of candy or everybody get a candy cane or
Yeah,
something. I'm like,
yeah.
oh.
Right. Look, and prayerfully, when they grow up, have their own families, they'll know to do the same thing, tell their kids the same thing. No, you're gonna read that speech. You're gonna go up there and do that.
Exactly. They'll remember that. Like me, I
Right.
remember that when grandma had us up there.
Yes.
And Dr. Ray, since you have a son, what is something that you make sure he saw modeled in black men?
Okay. So one thing is, Tyson is blessed to have great role models. One, his dad.
Hmm.
He has his grandfather, who I think he doesn't know is probably one of his good friends. He has a great godfather, along with amazing uncles. So, and Big Tyson has a fraternity brothers who have definitely been a great resource as well. One thing I can say, they have taught him how to be a gentleman, but also how to be a man of character, integrity, and faith. So I can speak, personally about this with my brother. My oldest brother does electrical work. So when he comes home to, visit, he's
Hmm.
always making sure, hey, nephew, come on, you need to learn how to do this.
That's
So
good.
he's learning how to, do a little bit of wiring. Now, we're not going
Yeah,
to let him wire the whole house,
yeah.
but we will
But
let him screw
something,
light bulbs.
yeah,
Just,
something.
so just some little things like that. So
Yeah,
teaching him a man of character.
yeah.
When you say something, you give people your word, you tell people you're gonna be there, be there.
Hmm.
If you tell people you can't do it, then don't turn around and help somebody out and then not do a good job. If you're gonna do it with all
Yeah,
your heart and all your might. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so
I
we're
love
really blessed
that.
with that. And even the guys at church, I appreciate the older guys like Mr. Eskew and other people coming and pouring into him, and
Hmm.
he can see those visuals as I go through life. This is where I am now, but at this age, the next age.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
yeah. Yeah, I do
Mhm.
that too with
Yeah.
my son, in church, and then
Mhm.
his god dad is a pastor.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like different family members and Terrence, and then other
Yeah.
guys too. Just
That's
let him be
right.
around good black men that are
That's
strong
right.
and
That's right.
hardworking, things like that. That
Hmm.
men of faith, like you said.
Yeah. And I'll say this too. We always tell Tyson because he's older, and we'll tell Parker this too. But especially when he would have ups and downs with basketball,
Hmm.
we would always tell him, you don't always have to tell it to us. If you got somebody else you can talk to, your godfather, one of your uncles,
Yeah,
you got a support system, you got a village.
right.
It may not be easy to say it to mom and dad today, but my brother would call, "Hey nephew, what's going on?" And then he would tell him some things that was going on, and my
Oh,
brother would say,
good.
"Okay, let me tell you this." He'd call his godfather's a pastor, and he'd say, "Stop, let's pray about it right now." So those are values that align with what we believe as his
Right,
parents,
right.
which are perfect, which you know, with your son's godfather and
Yeah,
godparents,
yeah,
godmother.
yeah. And I like that you reiterating you have someone else to talk to, even if it's
Hmm.
not me and your dad. You have
Hmm.
somebody to talk
That's
to.
right. That's right. That's exactly right.
What is something that you taught or are teaching your daughter that may have gotten passed down from your grandmother and your mom?
Okay. So that's interesting because our parents teach us some things, and then some things we're like, well, I want to do it a little bit different.
Hmm. Yeah,
I, my mom, she was older. I want to be a little more hipper with it.
yeah,
The message is all the same.
right,
One thing I tell Parker, and especially because she's in a sport that's dominated by not girls that look like her,
right.
but I think she does well overall. Remember who you are. I want her to be kind,
Hmm.
but be confident.
Yes,
Don't let people run over you. Know
right.
your boundaries. Stand up for yourself. I tell her to value yourself, value
Hmm.
herself, but be respectful to others. You don't
Hmm.
have to put anybody down,
Yeah,
but you can let them know your worth. Oh, some of her teammates didn't believe or didn't think she would be the libero, and they would say little things, and sure enough, she would come back and say, hey, Mom, I know I'm good enough to be liberated. That's right, baby. Know that. But be respectful to them. And even if you have to say something, you still
hmm,
say it in a nice tone. And then finally, I think in all things, trust God. In all things, seek Him first.
yes,
And I've learned to say that more so they'll continue to remember that. You don't have to try to figure this out. Stop, talk to God about it.
hmm,
Remember, it's a scripture we can go to, we can pray about it, but you don't have to try to figure it all out.
right.
And the older I get, the more I realize once I give it to God, I just let it unfold.
That's right.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's not going to work out the way I want it to, but God got an even better plan.
exactly. Yeah. I love that. Did you play sports when you were in high school or anytime in school?
So that's a loaded question. Because when you say play sports, does that mean you were on the team and you just on the roster? Or does that mean you actually was on the floor moving? No, so I did play volleyball in eighth grade.
Did you? Okay.
I don't know if I made the volleyball team because my mom worked at the school, and it's like how you gonna cut the lady kid and she worked right here at the school with you. But I did make the volleyball team in eighth grade, and we had
Okay.
a good volleyball team. Matter of fact, we went undefeated that season.
Oh, nice.
And for the championship game, I remember that I was the one that caused us to lose. So I was like, oh, okay. Then. I'm pretty sure it was me because I hit the ball out. I don't know what happened, but whatever. So that was eighth grade. Ninth grade, I went and I tried out for the volleyball team. I feel like I made the team, but maybe I didn't stay on the team because I was doing marching band too. So it was too much. But
Okay.
yeah, I played sports for like 1 year.
Okay.
But you can't tell me I'm not a coach on the sideline for my kids. Like I played sports for like one semester. Oh, I can tell you what you're doing wrong. No, I
That's
really don't
funny.
know.
Yeah, I wasn't into athletics like that. I was always like nerdy books like that. So
But it pays off. So hey,
yeah.
it works. Right.
um, Tell me what you love about being a sports mom, though.
I love to see my kids go. I love to see them in their element, whatever their element is for that day. I love to see them in their element. When I think about Tyson, I don't know if you've ever seen Tyson play, but his energy on the court and the flavor he adds to the game, he's just so smooth, I think. I
Oh,
mean, I see him moving through the players, and we'll come back home, and as a family, we'll sit and watch their tapes. Like if their coaches have the games recorded, we'll
mhm.
actually come back and watch their tapes.
Oh,
And
word.
we are the type of family, we laugh. Like if they had a boo-boo in the game, they messed up, we're like,
Uh-huh.
you remember in this quarter or you remember doing this set,
Uh-huh.
and we will actually laugh about it because sometimes and I think we saw this more with Tyson, my husband and I, sometimes we would like critique his game so much to where he didn't want to even talk to us.
Oh,
So we was like, whoa, maybe we got to scale this back.
yeah.
So we began to make it just a fun moment, like, man, what happened to you here? Who you was passing the ball to? Nobody was standing over there. So then,
Yeah.
we'll laugh and he'll give us his mindset. Now,
Yeah.
when it comes to Parker is she's very focused on the court. She's a hustler. Like, so with volleyball, well, every sport has a court. You have out of bounds. Parker is willing to run out of bounds, dive. If she could do a flip and catch the ball and hit it back in, she would. So even her coach is like, we're all like, parents are looking at me like, that was an incredible play. I'm like, incredible until we got to go to the emergency room. Like, cut that
Mm.
out, girl. Let that ball go out. Mm-mm. So I
Oh,
love to see them in their element.
uh-huh.
I get fascinated. I'm like, yeah, that's my kid. I'm that mom and that meme where I don't know if you've seen where one mom is sitting there really quiet, and then the other mom goes, "Let's go,
Uh-huh.
you can get it." So,
That's you.
yeah, I'm that
Oh,
mom.
that's
But
funny.
I've gotten better, Jamaica. I will say this: I've gotten better. I was really bad when Tyson was like in middle school and early high school years.
Uh-huh.
Now that Parker's coming through, I'm calmer. I've learned to put my headphones on, listen to some music, so I won't get so rowdy. Because I've been put out of gyms before, so
Oh,
yeah, girl.
I definitely have to go see them play a time or two.
Come on, girl. I'll share the schedule with you.
Oh, and I even heard, I think it might have been like during the pandemic or something when Parker, I guess it was like awards night or something. I even heard her coach saying something about, girl, some of that stuff you do with your body, she's like, I can't
Yes.
even imagine doing that with my body.
That was last year. The coach was like, girl, I couldn't even think about doing some of that stuff. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
And you mentioned it just now. I was gonna say I once heard you say you were one of the loudest in the stands.
Yeah,
I was gonna say tell me about that, but you already done told me. You
I got
fessed
kicked.
up and said you got kicked
Yeah.
out. So,
Yeah, I got kicked out. Look, and Tyson was only like in fifth or sixth grade at that
oh
time.
wow.
Yeah, when he played high school ball, the coach and I would be going at it, Big Tyson going at it with the refs. And,
Uh-oh.
we started looking at videos, and they're like, okay, parents, college coaches are looking at y'all too, how y'all behave. It's like, oh, okay, we're gonna be better, we're gonna do better, we're gonna do better. We're gonna try to be better at the game. Okay, okay, all right, man, cut it out, cut it out. You're doing too much. So it's been a time where I can remember and Tyson's high school basketball coach, and I can probably laugh at it now. But it was a couple of times when I was going at him, I was like, look here, you need to call a timeout. He turned around from coaching, he say something to me, and I'm saying something to him. Do your job. You want me to
Oh.
come back? So and but now that Tyson has graduated, he's moved to college ball.
Oh,
His high school coach now, when we see each other, it's nothing but love. Hey,
oh,
how you
okay.
doing? And I'm like, were we that bad? He was like, yes, ma'am, y'all were bad. Be
He said
quiet.
yes,
You know what
ma'am.
you're talking about.
Oh my goodness.
So it was fun.
At least y'all still civil now.
You say what now?
So at least you and
Yes,
the
yes, we're
ref or
civil
the
now.
coach. I say at least y'all are still civil. Y'all
Yes,
can
exactly.
talk to each
And
other
he
and say,
has younger kids. And I'm like, let me know their schedule. I love to come. And I love to come and support other young people sports now because we get to see their parents doing what we did. And we're
yeah.
like, is this how we acted? Okay.
That's funny.
Okay. Okay.
And you already kind of mentioned how it feels watching your son versus watching your daughter.
Mhm.
Anything to add on that?
No, I'm older, I'm wiser, so I'm a little more reserved now. So that's been better for me.
Okay.
Uh, no, that's probably about it. Yeah.
Okay.
I just love it.
Yeah, I can tell you get amped up when you see them
I do. I
playing.
do. I do. I do.
And Dr. Ray, what's the best bit of advice that you can give to a fellow mom who has a son and a daughter?
One thing I learned early on when Parker was younger, I can't compare them. They're
Yeah.
different in their own right, and that's a
Yeah.
blessing. I don't think I
Yes.
would want the same kid twice.
Exactly.
Um, One thing, I raised them differently. They still have the same values and beliefs,
Hmm.
but the way that we would discipline Tyson is not how we discipline Parker, and we celebrate them in their own right.
Yeah.
Again, like I say, Tyson's that laid back kid, like, okay, cool, whatever. Parker's a kid, she wants the sparkles, she wants the hoo ha and stuff. Tyson, like, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So we celebrate them in their own right. I tell parents, I said, build a relationship with your kids. I'm still working on that. When I think I've nailed something, I think I'm in a good space with them. I'm like, okay, we need to start over. Okay, let's start
Yeah.
over. And it's okay because we all go through changes in life.
Right.
So I'm just, now Parker's older. She likes to come in my room, get my blush, get some lip gloss from me, share my perfume. I'm like, wait a minute, sister girl, I work. I can wear $100 perfume. Let's get you that Bath and Body Works over here. That's your speed. She's like, I was, so
Oh.
we're at another stage in life, but I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I I have to continue to learn more patience. That's one thing as a mom I have to constantly work with because I'm like, if I said it once or twice, that's it. No. So
Yes.
that's something I have to continue to work at.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can definitely say that too, because when you become a parent, you don't think about, sometimes you have to kind of go through some changes. You're parenting, but you have to parent yourself too.
That's right. That's
So,
right. That's
yeah.
right. And then you and I are in the stage where we are parents, but now we're parenting our parents because they are going to another stage of life. Your
Yeah.
parents are a little bit much younger than my mom, but I'm in the middle. I'm parenting a senior citizen and I'm parenting teenagers and a young adult. So it's like, hey, wait a minute. Well, I'm
Yeah.
going to take a nap. I'll be back. I'll figure it out in a little while.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Um, and my last question, any tips for the sports mom or any other last comments?
So I thought that was pretty cool when you asking me that. One thing I would say as a sports mom, keep you a grab and go bag. Matter of fact, I got a grab and go bag that I never unpack. The only thing I take out are the snacks and put more money in. My grab and go bag, I have like a little wellness kit in there. If my child or Parker or another child fall and hurt themselves, I have that. They have a trainer on staff, but I'm like, hey, you need a band-aid? I got you.
Mhm.
You need a Tylenol? Okay, can your mom say you can take it? Okay, here you go. Whatever. One thing I would say about a sports mom, keep yourself fixed up. When my son first started playing ball, it was like, okay, whatever I can put on, let's get to the game. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, you know what? I ain't gotta go to the game looking like a bum. I can fix myself up.
Yeah.
I might have to wear a baseball cap today, but I
Mhm.
can still be that fly mom.
I
So,
love that.
I fell in love with tennis shoes because I'm always in the gym, and I've started
Mhm.
wearing tennis shoes to work. So that's my vice thing. I'm like, oh, those are cute shoes. I can wear those when I go to the games, to the tournaments. So that's one thing I would tell sports moms: fix yourself up. Don't go in the gym looking tired because you're gonna be tired when you leave. So at
Yeah.
least go in looking like you got some energy. That may help you have a little bit more throughout the time. And then just enjoy those moments. Enjoy the car rides. Enjoy the sidelines. Even enjoy the losses. Of course, we celebrate the wins, but enjoy the losses. And this refers back to what I said earlier. When our kids will have a rough game, we come home, we pull it up on the screen, or if we're in the car and it's a drive back, we just laugh and talk about it. So,
Mhm.
like, what happened right here?
Yeah.
What were you thinking? Oh, and that sound good to you? Okay. So we just laugh. Take the time to enjoy because I didn't think time would fly. But it's hard to believe Tyson will be a sophomore in college in a few months. And I'm like, wait a
Mhm.
minute.
Yeah.
He was just learning how to walk.
Yeah.
So I definitely say, have your grab and go bag,
Mhm.
keep yourself fly or, at least looking decent,
Yeah.
and then enjoy the moment. As they
Okay.
say, live in the moment, live in it.
Yes. Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
thank you so much for joining, Dr. Ray.
Thank you for having me. This is so much fun.
Amen.
Okay.
Thank you, mamas, for listening. If you like what you're hearing, then click like and subscribe. Again, this was the season finale, so see you in late August or early September for season two, where we'll have more topics and more guests. Thank you for those who have been listening since day one and those that started recently. Thank you again. Take care. Bye bye.